in today's class we are going to be learning how to make the crochet earring, or you call it boho earring. You can see, so we are going to be needing these circular earrings to make our crochet earring. So first of all, we are going to be needing the yarn, your crochet hook, and this pair of earrings. So let's get to work. So remember, we work with 2 strands using the yarn. So I'm going to make my slip knots. So to make your slip knots, remember that we yarn over, take it out, then we'll bring it all out like this. So you tighten up, reduce it with the working yarn to the barest minimum. So I have my slip knot. Can you see how the slip knot look like? So now I'm going to take one of this to start working. Remember, there's an opening part. So this is the opening part of the earring. I'm going to close it up. So I'm going to work on this part right now. So I'm going to take the yarn around it like this, leaving out the beginning part of the yarn. So I'm going to insert my hook right in front of it like that. So I'm going to yarn over around my fingers, then hold it firmly. Remember, this can be a little bit difficult for you, but don't worry, just be going around like that. Can you see that? So I'm going to yarn over and insert. Let me do that again. So take my yarn, the slip knots, go around it, underneath it. You know, I placed the yarn in front of the earring, so I'm going to go underneath it, bring that working yarn up like so, then I'm going to do my single crochet. So that's just how to get started with it. I hope that is clear enough. So you go around, bring it up. You can see my own is visible, so as visible as mine is, let yours be visible as well. So I'm going to go into it like that. So this is what we cover all our all the round of the earring. So I'll try and keep this inside my earring so that it does not keep hanging down. So as I'm working, I'm taking it in. Don't worry, it's going to twist. So you keep going till you get come to the end of my circle on the earring. So if it has twisted like this or anyhow, try and rearrange it to twist back like this. So we are going to be working inside. You can decide to work outside, so you can be creative with yours, but I am going to, for the purpose of this tutorial, I'm doing it on the inside. So I want to just make a pattern that goes well with me. So I'm going to continue. As I've finished up with the last part, let's do finally, this is it. This is the last single crochet I'm doing on this part. So if you are not able to wrap your yarn and work easily with, you can do it twice, okay? So don't be so hard on yourself. So I'm going to chain, connecting it to this point. So let's see the number of chain that we'll be needing to connect to. Sorry about that. 3, 4. So I think 4 should be good. So I'm going to connect to this part. So let's connect on the very first chain space. So how do we connect? I'm connecting with a slip stitch. Hold on please, I think I didn't get that well. So let's do the last chain very well. So 4. So then I connect to the very first single crochet that we started with. I'm going to yarn up, then bring that same what I yarn up and bring it all out. Be careful not to leave one out. You remember we are working with 2 strands, so I've been able to yarn that up. Or you can as well, instead of doing this, you know, you'll be pulling out, you can as well take it down to just make maybe something like a V. I think with my name, I am Victoria, right? So whatever your name is, you can decide to make that chain, okay? So don't be so hard on yourself. Let's do a longer chain to make a V for my own earring. Let's just be creative, okay? So I'm going to connect down. So it's not there yet. So you'll be checking to see if it has gotten to a particular point. Yes, it has gotten to a particular point. So that's the middle part. Because I'm writing a V, I'm connecting down my earring. Okay, so I'm going to connect to the top stitch. Remember that if it has twisted out, you make sure it's in. Okay, so I'm going to connect. You can see how I connected. I inserted first. I'm going to bring this working yarn in like so. Make sure it curves in very well. So I've been able to connect. So with a slip stitch, I connected with a slip stitch. So I'm going to chain again. So the number of chain I did down, I'm going to do that up again. Okay, so 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. I think 10 should do. Yes, 10. Okay, let's do one more. 11. So we are going to connect back to our starting position. I hope that is clear. It's that simple. There's nothing too hard. Don't be hard on yourself. It's that simple. We have completed our earrings. So let me slip stitch. So I've joined with a slip stitch. I've just chained one and cut. You know, it's something you can cut easily. So once I've cut it, you can see I'm cutting it out. So I'm going to find a way to attach this hanging yarn. So I'm going to just make sure I'm slip stitching the yarn in. Okay, you know it's a earring, so you want it to look beautiful, right? So, and you don't want something hanging out. So I'm going to be slip stitching down, just keeping 2, 2. So I'm trying to tighten up. You can see I'll chain 1 and pull out, tighten up again, the same, keep going. So if I do it 3 times, then I'm good to go. So this is the last one. So I'm going to complete this right now and just chain out. So I'm going to cut my yarn with a pair of scissors. So I'm cutting it all out. Don't cut too close, okay? So I'm cutting it all out. So you can just burn it down, but if it's so neat as mine, so there's no need for that. So ta-da! We are good with our earring. So you can see how beautiful your earring is, right? Thank you.